Hello, Weight Loss Stories. My name is Justin Weber. You can find me on Instagram at gettinghealthy_on_good food. In this video, I want to talk about some of the different ways that you can set yourself up for success in your house and ways that you can incorporate different strategies into kind of like daily routines in order to either help you to lose weight or to maintain weight or just to build some different healthy habits, I guess. And these are the things that I've learned throughout my 175-pound weight loss and the year, a little over a year, I guess, that I have sustained that weight loss. So the very first thing, food is a huge deal for me, obviously, because my Instagram name has food in it, getting healthy on good food. So one of the first things that I did on my weight loss journey is I started to shop smarter. Going to the grocery store can be a bit of a minefield of temptation because it's a lot of the foods that maybe are trigger foods. I know for me, like chips, that's a big trigger food for me because I'm gonna eat that entire bag of chips. So part of that shopping smarter is to not buy those and to avoid those areas of the grocery store if you know that it is going to be a problem for you like it is for me. So going to the grocery store, a big part of it is going there with a plan in mind, not just these are the foods that maybe I want to get, but to actually build a weekly meal plan. Doesn't have to be necessarily like an official plan of some kind, but just what are you going to eat? What are the different meals that you're going to have? And then how can you stock your house so that way you're just ready to get those meals going in your kitchen. And then you won't be tempted to get fast food or something like that because you're like, well, I don't have eggs or flour or something. But just to make sure that you have all of those. So have not just your meal plan, but maybe like an ingredient list if that's going to help you to shop smarter. Another part of that is to go to the grocery store and to shop the perimeter, pretty much only the perimeter. Because usually when you go into a grocery store, the first place that you hit is the produce. So you're going to fill up on fruits and veggies. And really that should be the bulk of what's in your shopping cart. After that, you're going to head into the protein area. You're going to have your meats and cheeses and dairies and all of that. Or if you're vegan, find where the vegan food stuff is. So kind of getting along with that, another part of that tip, I guess, or strategy is to start cooking at home for yourself. It's very tempting, especially to kind of build in some of those different excuses of I don't have time, but you should have time and take the time. It's an investment in your own health. But to start cooking for yourself, you can control the ingredients, you can control the portions and the amounts, as well as that builds, I know it does for me, an appreciation for the food because I know how long it took to make it. So I am less tempted than to just, open up the bag and eat all of it. It's no, this took me a couple hours to make. I'm gonna take my time eating and enjoying it and maybe sharing it with somebody else, family and friends. So now here are some of the simpler things, I guess, that you can do in terms of strategy. One is eat at the dinner table. That's a big one. Because if you're going to eat in front of the TV, then you are kind of preoccupied and you're focused more on what's happening with the TV program, movie, something like that, and not as much on the food. So to eat at a dinner table or to have a designated area, maybe even in the kitchen, of this is where I eat my meals. It's not just in front of the TV. Save that for a special occasion, not your just, it's Monday night, it's Tuesday night kind of thing. With that, when you make the food, is to leave the food in the kitchen. So to plate your food, to put it in bowls in the kitchen, and then leave all the excess stuff in there right away. If it's something you're struggling with food addiction, I know that's a big problem for me, is after I serve myself, or I put my food on the plate or in the bowl, is then I immediately pack up the rest of it into lunch containers. That way it's completely out of sight, out of mind. I'm not just gonna walk into the kitchen and grab a little more, grab a little more, grab a little more, until now I've had 2 or 3 servings when I initially set out to just have the one. With treats, I really don't I don't keep treats in the house because again, food addiction, it's a struggle. And if I have them, I'm going to eat all of them. But if there are things that I do have that's either a treat or could be eaten like that, I have it in a container. Maybe it's a sealed container, like, a screw top container, something like that. And then I put it in a lower cabinet on a shelf, something with a door. So that way it's out of sight, out of mind. The only things that are sitting on my counter, just kind of looking over at my counter right now, fruits and some vegetables. That way, if I really, really am feeling kind of snackish, I can grab a banana, I can grab an apple. Not as tempted then to just, open up a bag of pretzels, or even things like I cook with a lot of different nuts and seeds, which they're not unhealthy, but when you're having 5, 6, 10 servings of them, it kind of shifts that what is healthy kind of mindset to it. Another one to do in terms of investment is when you initially went out and bought your servingware, bowls, plates, things like that. Typically we buy the biggest ones because we think, I don't know why we think that, but we do. So we buy the biggest ones. Well, if you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to be more healthy and more conscious of what you're eating, is to go out and buy smaller bowls and plates, because it's a mindset thing. If you see that big plate and it's only half full, before you even take your first bite, you are not going to feel satisfied with whatever's on that plate. But if it's a small plate and you have it completely full, even if it's just one serving, your mind lets your body think, I'm satisfied with this. And you're going to be less tempted to go up and fill more or to get a second helping of it. So again, it's just all part of that mindset. So go out and buy smaller bowls and plates. That's a huge thing. Plan ahead for what you're going to be excited about. So not necessarily a cheat meal or a cheat day, but to have a meal that's coming up that you're excited about. I actually have a meal board. It's a chalk board that I have right in the kitchen dining room area, and I'll write out the weekly meal on that. And for me, pizza is every Friday. So I always have pizza on Friday. I make it myself because I want to be able to control what I put on it. Plus I'm pretty good at making pizza too. I can humble brag a little bit on that one. But yeah, to plan out maybe a meal or something, I go to a restaurant on Saturday breakfast, but to have that set so that you look forward to a meal versus, you're always eating your plate of kale or whatever it is that you're doing, and just feeling kind of like you're stuck with the food that you're not entirely happy with. I have 2 more things. One is to spice up your food. Maybe try out some new spices. Not like spice-y as in hot, but to use things that are very flavorful. Because again, it's a mindset. You eat something that has a lot of flavor to it, you're gonna feel more satisfied. If it's dull and bland, you're gonna eat a lot more of it. Because you're always searching for, think about a bag of Doritos, right? You eat a bag of Doritos, there's always that one perfect Dorito that is completely covered in the seasoning, right? So you hit that Dorito and then you keep eating because you want to get another Dorito that's just like it. So it's kind of the way it is with all your food. If you have things that have a lot of flavor in it, you're gonna feel more satisfied in what you're eating. So try out some new flavors, try out some new flavor combinations, get into foods that maybe you've, maybe only had at a restaurant, try cooking those at home as well. And then the last one is to drink lots of water. Most of the time for myself, if I feel hungry, it's not that I'm hungry, it's probably that I'm bored or just thirsty. So I'm eating to fill up some time, or if I have a big glass of water, then I feel full again, or I don't feel as hungry. So at meals, doesn't matter which one it is, breakfast, lunch, dinner, to have a glass of water beforehand, and then to have a glass of water at the meal table itself that you are drinking throughout. And then even once you finish, maybe have a 3rd glass of water just to kind of top yourself off. And if you're still hungry after that, go for it, eat away. But try to, again, be conscious of, am I actually hungry, or am I just thirsty, or maybe I'm just bored? So if you like these tips, tricks, and strategies, let me know. Throw a shout out in the comment, and maybe I'll do another video on this. So thank you very much, Weight Loss Stories. Again, Justin Weber. Find me on Instagram at Getting Healthy. _on_good food. I can never remember that, and that's why Keith yells at me every single time he uses my Instagram name. So, bye.
Hey everybody, it's Keith. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure you click the like button below. If you're new here, please make sure you click the subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Be sure to check out the entire Weight Loss Stories community at weightlossstories.com/map, or just click on the link in our Instagram bio. Thank you again.